Hello YouTube. So I thought I'd give you my thoughts on the Milwaukee caulking gun, whether or not it's worth it. So I guess if it's worth it, kind of depends, in my opinion, on what you're doing. I've noticed that in using it, it's not super great for like detail work. Maybe it's just the way I'm using it, but it doesn't seem to be super easy to use for detail work. Like, say for instance, real small beads around windows or something like that. Where the Milwaukee caulking gun really shines seems to be in areas where you're applying a lot of material. So like, say for instance, when you do a parking lot, when you want to fill those joints so that ice doesn't get in the wintertime, you go and you blow the cracks out and use that concrete sealer, or not concrete sealer, but it's the compound that you put in the cracks of the cement. Anyway, those are like nice big tubes and you're doing real long runs, big areas. Something like this would really shine with something like that. I've used it on sidewalks, concrete, things like that. It really does well. And I mean, especially if it's cold weather, those big tubes, if you're running through a lot of them, or even like drywall, using like liquid nails for drywall, if you don't use foam, if you use like the liquid nails, or with like subfloor, all areas like that where you're applying a lot of material without needing to be super like exact or really fine tuning it, it would really shine really easy on your hands. Obviously you could just use a manual one, but really handy. What I like too, this is the M12 model. It's got a dial down here. You can adjust the the pressure that you want for it. It's got your battery meter, obviously, so you can see what state your battery's at. You can get a different carriage for these, so that's pretty cool. One gun, you can do the bigger tubes or the smaller tubes. This is for the smaller tubes, and changing them out is super easy. All you have to do is right here, this plunger, it just has a little screw right there. You take that screw out and then it just unscrews right off of the body right here, and you can just pull it right off, and the big one pops on. I've even got it. It pops on the same way, so it just screws right on where that other one does. You put this screw back in after you've installed it, and you can just basically one screw in just a couple seconds you can change the carriage out. But anyway, if I had the choice again to get it, I would, as long as it's probably not going to be that great, like I say, unless you're better at it than I am, which maybe. But if you're going to get it for a bunch of little tiny detail work, probably not going to be the gun for you. Where you're doing a lot of material, especially in long runs, really good option. I like to, and it's not a big thing, but it's got the little puncture tool on it for tubes that have a seal in them. You can twist this around however you want it, so that's nice. But anyway, yeah, so it kind of depends on what you're using it for. If you ever decide to get it, hope it works out good for you. See you guys.